Hello everyone, Ariam here, and welcome back to another episode of Cenozoic Spotlight. Today, we're talking about the Basilosaurus. This animal's name means king lizard, and that's not entirely accurate to what this animal is. When its remains were originally found, it was believed to be a marine reptile, but it was later discovered it was actually a primitive cetacean. And what's a cetacean? A whale. This is an early whale. Basilosaurus might have been a very early kind of whale, but it did already have the very common whale-like trait of being absolutely gigantic. This animal reached over 55 feet long and heavier than 5 tons, and is believed to be one of, if not the largest animals to have existed in the time between the meteor impact that killed the dinosaurs along with much life on Earth, and the time when modern whales began to balloon up in size to be the giants we know today. Today there exist two categories of whales: the baleen whales, or filter feeders, like the humpback whale, that filter krill and other tiny creatures out of seawater, and the toothed whales, like sperm whales, that hunt for meatier prey options. Baleen whales, along with their associated physical and behavioral adaptations, evolved long after toothed whales did, and Basilosaurus definitely had teeth. While Basilosaurus didn't necessarily have the most intense bite, especially for an animal of its size, equivalent to about a modern-day alligator or crocodile, it definitely would have still been the apex predator anywhere it went. This animal lived in warm tropical seas, and its diet would have consisted of pretty much anything it could get into its mouth, including sharks, early sirenians, so early manatees, dolphin-like creatures, and potentially even early elephants if they wandered into the water too far or tried to swim. Basilosaurus truly was the king of its time period, but eventually it went extinct. This coincided with the Eocene-Oligocene extinction event around 40 million years ago. It's unclear exactly what happened, but it's believed that volcanic activity and climate change eventually lowered the ocean's temperatures, changing current patterns and prey behavior, leading the Basilosaurus and all of its relatives to eventually starve to death. After Basilosaurus went extinct, no members of its family were left alive. That entire line of primitive whales died off completely. A separate lineage of ancient whales did survive, leading eventually to the toothed whales and then to the baleen whales, both of which, in different species, still exist today. So, if you're ever lucky enough to be able to go whale watching and see some of these species in action today, just remember that their ancient ancestor was the undisputed ruler of the seas, and many modern-day whale species have carried on that legacy, growing to be some of the most massive animals to ever exist on this planet. And remember to smile.